the NBA play-in tournament.
There we go.
Which last night started it off, right? The Cavs played
Started it off
against Brooklyn Nets. Unfortunately, we lost.
Yeah.
But it was a hard-fought game. I watched the entire thing. We brought it back within like 6 or 8 at some point. Kevin Durant was just kept making like kind of dagger shots, like, and he was calling for the ball. When you have Kevin Durant calling,
Don't forget about
Kyrie
my boy Kyrie
hooping.
because Kyrie was
like
efficiency.
98% from the field, like,
high efficiency. The boy, he didn't miss. I think he had 35
he
points.
missed like one shot.
I think. Let
2
me look at
shots,
the box
maybe.
score here because I need to get this right.
He
Because
missed
it was
like
impressive.
1 or 2 shots.
115 to 108 was the final there.
Yeah.
Kyrie, who's an ex-Cav, maybe he wanted to put it to him a little. 34 points, 12 of 15 shooting.
So he missed 3 shots.
Missed 3 shots, 3 of 6. He missed the 3 shots he missed were threes. And then he also had 12 assists for the double-double.
You think about this, though. You got Kevin Durant hitting these dagger shots. You got Kyrie Irving going 95%.
Yeah.
And scoring 30-some points?
That's hard to beat.
And the Cavs still only lost by, what was it, 7?
115 to 108. So what is that like?
7 points.
Yeah. And
so and we don't have Jared Allen.
Yeah, I think the Cavs that we're missing one piece. We're missing that superstar. I think that really can just take over that game at the end, like a Kyrie or a KD. I personally think that comes back to Sexton. I feel like Sexton is kind of that player, but he's injured right now.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we keep Sexton on our roster next year. I'm not sure. Hopefully there's no plans to deal him or anything like that. Hopefully we keep him, add him to the roster. And I think, obviously you want to push for this year. I don't see it. To be honest, I don't, as much as I'd love to see the Cavs win a championship, I don't think it's happening this season.
But they can make it out of this play-in tournament, though.
Yeah, I think we can make it out of the play-in tournament. It's going to be hard, though. I mean, we're going to be playing the winners of the Hawks and the Hornets. So Atlanta and Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
And who do you think's winning?
Well, so I think the world is going to go with Atlanta because there's a guy called Trae Young on Atlanta.
Ice Trae,
Cube Trae, Trae Young. He's nasty. But I have to go with Charlotte. I got to go with Charlotte. LaMelo Ball, I think he's going to come out and I don't know. I'm a LaMelo Ball fan. Yeah. So I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to call Charlotte be upsetting Atlanta. That's what I'm calling.
Yeah. And I figured you were going to do that
because
you always let your emotions get in there. And that's why you always make the wrong decisions. Because I think that I don't see him being Ice Trae. I mean,
you heard what I prefaced it with. They have a guy named fucking Trae Young on their team that can literally score 70
Trae's
points.
About to give my man the ducats, and LaMelo's not there yet. And he's a very pass heavy guard.
But Bridges is a baller too.
But if you're pass heavy, then the people you pass to have to be on high calibers, right? It's like look at Phoenix. If Chris Paul passes to Devin Booker can put 50 on you. So when he passes, you got to listen. Ayton, he's got there in Phoenix too, and they got a great roster in Phoenix, and that's why they were the best team in the league in terms of regular season and record.
They can score in Charlotte,
and you don't have that in Charlotte. You don't got that same roster.
But you don't got a
who you got on there scoring 50.
Yeah. Bridges has been putting up 30-some all
40
year.
even.
20, 30.
20, 30 is their 40's another level.
And Atlanta's roster
once you can
is
score 40, you're on another level.
Outside of Trae Young.
Trae Young can score 60. I mean, he's one of them players that could probably put 60 on you.
I don't disagree.
He might have a 60-point game.
Is everybody else going to outplay the side players? That's the question.
Let me see if he has a 60-point game.
I'm going with Charlotte on that one. So across the board, though,
no, he has no 60.
Clippers played. Who did the Clippers play yesterday? Minnesota, correct? And Minnesota beat them.
Yeah, the T-Wolves.
So that means the Clippers are going to play the winners of.
And Trae's got 2 50-point games. I'll just throw that out there.
Which is
sick. Nobody's
arguing that Trae Young is not one of the best players in the league.
But they'll play that. You said the Clippers. So the Minnesota took the 7th or 8th seed or wherever they went. 7th seed actually. They took the 7th seed as well. They should have. I would have. I would have had Minnesota beating the Clippers, especially a Kawhi-less Clippers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Cat played terrible. I don't think he made a shot. Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he made a shot. Maybe 1 point. I think he was like 1 for 11 or something like that. He played terrible, and they still won. Whoa. And you don't typically see that. And it's because you big men, Cat, get closer to the basket. Why are you shooting so many threes? Like, I get that you won the 3-point competition.
Do a couple of them.
But, man, you have to get closer to the basket for those high percentage shots.
Agreed.
I mean, if you look at Giannis, how he won a championship, it wasn't because he was shooting threes. It's because he was banging you under the basket and just wearing down your defense, wearing down your team. And you can do that, Cat. So get in there, shoot the threes randomly. But, man,
another good
gotta
point on
start
that
shooting
one,
closer to the basket.
Another good point on that one. Embiid.
Embiid does
Giannis,
the same shit sometimes.
They are the top leaders in scoring right now.
Yeah.
And it's, like you're saying, not because they're shooting the Steph Curry 3.
And Embiid will shoot a 3 every now and
then. But they are scoring.
He's very heavy under the basket.
And Giannis is heavy in the paint. They are dunking it on you. They are driving it on you. They are Euro stepping it on you.
Playing defense.
They are getting to the free throw line because they are always in the hole.
Right.
That's how you should be playing if you're a big man. And I think Shaq would be agreeing because I always see Shaq calling people out.
Shaq always says that to big men in the league.
Y'all big men, y'all need to start banging in the paint.
How many rings Shaq got? What, 3 or 4?
What's
that? Shaq's got, 3 rings, I think, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. But, yeah, something like that.
I mean.
And he's one of the best ever, if not the best ever. He's one of the best.
Jay, how many rings
is he
Shaq got?
He's the best center ever. He's got to be. I don't know. He's the best center, in my opinion, ever. So I'll just throw that out there. Shaq is the best big man to ever do it. Tim Duncan is the best power forward to ever do it.
Shaq's got 4 rings for Shaq. So, I mean, if you want, and to me, you're playing for the ring. There's not an NBA player not playing for the ring. There's not an NFL, MLB player not playing for the ring. You're playing for that hardware at the end of the season to be the champion. Because once you get to that level, there's nothing else to do than to reach the pinnacle and try to become a champion, right? So, I mean, that's what it is.
So Minnesota beats Clippers without Kawhi.
Yeah.
So the Clippers are playing tonight. The Spurs play
the Pelicans. So the Spurs play the Pelicans in the play-in tourney.
Yep.
The winner is then going to play the Clippers for the 8th seed,
which is going to be the Spurs.
Okay, and
the Spurs,
and we're on
my boy Greg Popovich in the playoffs.
So we'll see.
He's going to reach into his little bag of tricks, and the Spurs are going to get an upset.
And this is interesting because now
I know you're picking
both
Pelicans.
Play-in tourney. You took the 10s. I'm taking the 9s.
Taking the 10s.
And it's because the Spurs, I don't see anyone on their roster that's going to take
nice.
that. DeJounte Murray's nice. Don't disagree with that. But I think CJ McCollum for the Pelicans, and that's who I'm really riding here. CJ McCollum is going to go out and show out. And I can't believe when Portland got rid of CJ, I couldn't believe it. Because CJ is, in my opinion, he's Chris Middleton for Giannis. He was that same player, a 20-plus point scorer every night, can put over 30 on you, high efficiency, and can score by himself. He doesn't need you to set up the play for him. And I'm going to be very interested to see how CJ does because I think that's who this game rides on.
Yeah,
and I think he steps up to the occasion. I'd love to see CJ take the Pelicans and take them to that first round of the playoffs. And look, Portland's not even in the playoffs right now, and they traded him away. And they weren't even in the play-in.
The question is, do you
Dame didn't even make the play-in yet. He's a top 75 player, and Kyrie's not top 75 player.
Their team is
that's terrible.
Their team is not there anymore. I don't know why. That was terrible. I don't know why they got rid of CJ McCollum. But
so I got the Spurs. So then who
do you
wins?
Actually think that McCollum is going to do more than Popovich, though? I mean, because Popovich.
Pop is a coach.
When the Spurs get into the playoffs, and I know this was
he still needs that player.
They have good players.
But he doesn't have that player.
I mean, you're saying CJ McCollum is that player?
when he's playing the Spurs, I'm not saying he's going to go out there and beat the Suns. They're going to take a first-round exit once they make it there, but I'm just saying.
Spurs, don't sleep on them.
And then they got to play the Clippers. Do they beat the Clippers?
Who? The Spurs?
The winner of do the Spurs beat the Clippers? Do you think?
The Spurs are going to win, so...
Well, no, I get that, but if the Spurs win, they go play the Clippers for the 8th seed. Do they beat the Clips?
Now, that's going to be tough, honestly, because, like, at that point, like you're saying, like, yeah, the Clippers do have Paul George, and yeah, he is a star. He's very good. So, do I think that they're going to beat the Clippers? I don't know, honestly. Probably not.
So you're saying Clips take the 8th seed over that? And I think you're right there. I think the Pelicans are probably going to lose to the Clippers as well. But I think the Pelicans have a better chance of beating the Clippers than the Spurs do also. And you might see a Pelicans upset. You know what? Actually, you know what? You know what? I'm calling this. Pelicans upset over the Clippers because Paul George doesn't play in the playoffs. He's going to crumble under pressure to CJ McCollum, and CJ is going to take the Pelicans into the first round over the Clippers.
When my man DeJounte Murray and Popovich out here smacking?
Well, then I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong.
What happened about that?
And that'll be history.
So, NBA playoffs. That's the games are going on tonight.
Yeah, so we got the games tonight. It's going to be New Orleans Pelicans versus San Antonio Spurs, and you got the Atlanta Hawks versus the Charlotte Hornets. The winner of that then plays Cleveland. Do you see? So you had Charlotte. Do you see Cleveland or Charlotte? Who you got taking the 8th seed?
Cleveland.
You got Cleveland taking the 8th seed. I got Atlanta going into there, and
it's all because of Trae Young. And I know, I get it. They got Trae Young. He's nasty.
I'm gonna go. This is an emotional pick here, because if I go Cleveland, it's probably the wrong answer. To be completely honest with you. I'm going to go Cleveland, though. I don't know how they beat Ice Trae in the playoffs. But I'm going Cleveland. You see my Cleveland jersey?
Our Cleveland team,
on our defense.
Got D.
And JB Bickerstaff is a beast. And Garland's a beast, too. Sometimes he's inefficient,
will score. Garland will get in the paint. My man, Markkanen will shoot the threes. He will play defense. He will get blocks. They play with heart. They play with intensity.
Well, this is the problem.
Right?
No, I agree.
Don't be sleeping on Cleveland.
Agree. And Garland will score.
You see MGK.
Garland will score. No, you see the jersey I'm wearing. I just like to be honest. You see the jersey I'm wearing. I want Cleveland to win. But this is the problem is when Garland did score 34 last night against the Nets.
Yeah.
But he did it on 24 shots.
Well,
where Kyrie does it on 15 shots.
We're not comparing Garland to Kyrie. He shot 98% yesterday.
I'm just saying sometimes Garland is inefficient.
Sometimes
Garland is inefficient, and Trae Young is pretty efficient.
Everybody's inefficient when you're comparing him to Kyrie.
I'm with you.
So that's fine. You
heard it here first.
Cavs are taking that, baby.
I'm with you, though, on that one. Cavs are going to take the 8th seed from the Hawks. You heard it here first that no one's more efficient than Kyrie. We got that.
He's pretty efficient. He's pretty efficient.
And
you're trying to compare people to the most efficient player.
I'm saying that.
Okay, well,
Trae Young is pretty.
He's not as efficient as Kyrie, but I mean, he still had 34 points, and he was still pretty efficient.
Well, my point is does Garland outplay Trae?
He doesn't have to outplay Trae
to beat him. He does.
He doesn't. We have to somewhat contain Trae and everyone else, Markkanen and Mobley and Love. They have to all get in double digits. They all have to see 10,
can too.
12,
they
15.
Can. Hopefully K Love goes on one of his
20 points.
9 3-pointers in a night.
If K Love puts up 20 points, Cavs win.
Yeah, what did he put up last night?
I'm telling you. So
let's see what K Love did.
You're not going to stop the
K Love 14. Yeah. He only shot 4 threes.
So
K Love, Kevin,
shoot the ball.
We need more threes put up from you. I need 9 threes from you individually, Kevin. Shoot more against the Hawks. Let's send Ice Trae home. Let's bring the Cavs into the first round of the playoffs.
Let's get it.
And then we would be playing Miami, who we might be able to upset.
Match up against Miami.
We could upset Miami. I think we're a decent matchup against Miami. Cleveland into the second round?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'd love to see that. I think it can happen.
Like it can happen.
If I'm playing anybody in the East, I honestly think it's Miami that I want to play.
Hold on, though. Like I said, we kind of had a very unfair look in the play-in tournament because we played Brooklyn with their entire team. So that if they had their entire team all year, they wouldn't be the last seed.
Right.
And we only lost by 7.
That's a good point.
So
that's a very solid
Cavs are about to be doing it. But those are the predictions.